Alright, this video is how to swap the board. First, make sure that the treadmill is unplugged from the wall and the switch is off. And first, remove all the screws from the board. There's one more right here. Okay, there's 4 screws in all now. Right now we're going to remove the ground wire that's attached to the board from the treadmill. Now it might be in a different position on here, but just follow it from the board. And then set the screw aside because you're going to need it to reinstall the wire from the new board. There's a washer on it, so make sure you put those together. Okay, now the board can be pulled up. Okay, now at this point you can go ahead and check the plugs. Now might be some like epoxy stuff on there, so in order to get the plug off is use a knife to kind of slice it. You don't need to pry all of it off, but it cuts pretty easy. And then don't take the plugs off yet, and then inspect this one. You might have to just cut some material off of here so that you can press the tab down so that you can remove it from the port. Now don't be careful not to cut towards you. The epoxy comes off pretty easily. Okay, and now we're going to start swapping in the new board. Alright, we're going to get the new board and we'll set it next to our work area here. We're going to take one wire off the old board and transfer it over to the new one. So let's start off with the negative cable from the motor here. And we're going to do it this way so that we don't mix up any wires here, so that the motor doesn't run on us, doesn't run backwards. Okay, so we're going to take this wire and loosen up this screw a little bit and stick the plug under the little tab attached to the screw, and that's on. I'm going to tighten it up. We're going to grab the new the old board, take the positive off. I just need to loosen it up a little bit, don't need to remove it. There, shake it loose if you have to, and transfer it over to the new board. And check to see if the plug end will go underneath the little plate under the screw. It won't. So now loosen it up a little bit so you can get some play under there, and there it's in there. Now we're going to tighten that up. Alright, the next wire we're going to grab is the speed sensor from the motor here, from the plug here. There, that came off. Now we're going to put that in the same position. Your port may be a different color, but it's the same plug that it needs to go into, so we're going to plug that one in here. Okay. The next plug, the black, this goes up to the console. I pulled it off, and I'm going to put it on the new board. Okay. And then the last plug is this red one that goes to the power switch. Okay, we're gonna put the old board aside. We're gonna plug in this plug here, and the little clip side goes on this side, so it should only fit in one way. Alright, it's clipped in. Now we're gonna set the board down, and we're gonna go back to that ground wire we pulled off. We're going to reattach it to the main frame. Now we're going to reattach all the screws that were holding the board to the treadmill in the same position. Don't tighten them down all the way, so you can shift the board around a little bit if you need to get all the screws into the holes. Now go and tighten all the screws down. Okay. Alright, that's how you swap out the board. Just plug it in, turn the switch on, and turn on the power, let it run.